spoiler-free video intro.
Car D Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. This video is sponsored by Sleeve Chief. There's a major restock coming for a lot of their popular sleeves, and they're going to be releasing a new Enel, Dawn sleeve, and Hollow sleeve as well. Use code CARDKaizoku for 5% off your order. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the new starter deck, ST14 3D2Y. It releases in August in English, so very soon. And I'm going to try to make this a spoiler-free review, so I'll do my best to not reference anything that happens in the story. Because yeah, I do realize I sometimes blurt out stuff that I don't even realize is a spoiler. So yeah, going to be extra careful about catching myself this time. So the 3D2Y arc is after the and after the arc. Between that and then the arc. And then, yeah, 3D2Y is when they take, because they're supposed to meet up in, but then Luffy's like, JK on the it's actually. And yeah, because it's a arc, this means that there is a skip. And then the theme of the starter deck is just what each Straw Hat was doing during that to get. So let's take a look at the leader. Oh crap. Okay, censor out the things on his arm. You shouldn't know what that skill is yet. That's what he learns. And then the fire, right? That part is probably a spoiler too, so censor that part out. Monkey D. Luffy is a monocolor black leader with 5,000 power and 5 starting life. His leader ability reads, Dawn times 1, give all of your characters plus 1 cost, and if you control a cost 8 or higher character, this leader gets plus 1,000 power. Okay, so that makes him a 6k leader if you have an 8 cost or more on board with 1 Dawn attached. So Dawn attached to make 6k makes it similar to like Red Green Odin and then starter deck 9 Yamato, right? They become 6k base leaders on your opponent's turn with the Dawn attached, plus some other requirements on top of that. And yeah, giving plus 1 cost to all your characters means that it is harder for them to be interacted with, right? Because a lot of black KO effects and blue bottom deck effects and bounce effects and green rest effects and yellows, whatever they do, they kind of have a little bit of everything. It can make some characters just out of reach of those effects. So yeah, it makes for like a sticky board, at least, for 1 Dawn. Now, is it hard to get an 8 cost or higher character out? Well, since the leader only gives plus 1 cost, that would mean that you need a 7 cost on board to activate that extra plus 1k power. But being a 6k base leader is pretty strong. I guess this will depend on if there are cards that can like put rested down on your leader to help you play on curve a little better. And then, yeah, maybe other cards that give additional cost, so that with that plus the 1 cost from your leader, it makes it a lot easier to hit 8. So yeah, I guess it just really depends on what else is printed in the rest of the starter deck. And this is actually the second black leader, right? Starter deck 8 was the first black Luffy leader. And this guy saw like some niche play, niche usage. So hopefully this Luffy will get its own time to shine. So the first card in the deck is Usopp. I gotta censor this. You're not supposed to note that his body looks like that now. And the bottom right corner, that's someone that is associated with him that you shouldn't know about yet. Okay, so Usopp is 3 cost 4k power. Dawn times 1 when attacking. If you have a character with the cost of 8 or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. KO 4 cost or less is good, but it's when attacking on a 3 cost body. That makes me think that it'll be really easy to pop him. Even if you have your leader ability active, he's a 4 cost, that's still pretty easy to kill. And yeah, to get any value out of Usopp, you have to make it to your next turn to attack with the Dawn attached too, so you can't even use Dawn for anything else. I think this makes him kind of suck. I wish it was on play. That'd be pretty good if it was an on play effect. But yeah, since it's when attacking, I don't think this card will do much for you actually. So we'll move on to the next card. We have a new Sanji card. Gotta censor out the people in the background chasing him. You're not supposed to know who's chasing him. Okay, so 5 cost 6k power, no counter. On play, if you have a cost 6 or greater character in play, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or lower characters. Okay, yeah, so this is what we wanted out of the Usopp. It even hits 1 cost higher, 5 cost. And the threshold is easier to meet too, right? 6 cost or greater. Usopp needed an 8 cost, so... Oh wait, with your leader ability active, Sanji himself is a 6 cost, right? Does he count himself when you play him out on play? I think so, those effects are simultaneous. So he always pops a 5 cost if you have your leader ability active. Yeah, this is probably one of the better cards in the deck. Oh, it's an SR, that's why. It's the SR of the deck. Great removal. Huh, why don't I see this in other black decks? Yeah, because I'm playing ahead in the 07 and 08 meta. I feel like this would be good. I guess in those other decks on curve he wouldn't be good because you have no way to plus cost, but like on a later turn, playing him out would be great. I don't know. Moving on to the next card, we have Jinbe. Let me check his art. Okay, so I don't think there's anything spoiler in this art. Oh, but he himself, is that technically a spoiler? No. The types don't show it yet. And yeah, he was in the arc. Should I even say that? I don't know what I can talk about, guys. Well, here's a Jinbe card. Oh no, it is a spoiler. It doesn't show that he's in the type anymore. Okay, censor that part out. Okay, so 3 cost, 4k power, activate main once per turn, give it to one of your black characters with the Straw Hat crew. You're not supposed to know that he is related to that. Plus 2 costs until the end of your opponent's next turn. Okay, so this plus your leader ability gives you 3 costs to a character. It's activate main too, so you can activate it anytime, but yeah, just on his own, not impactful. You need him plus your leader ability plus like another card to utilize that plus cost. I guess he helps in making your leader a 6k base. For 3 Dawn though, I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, I think this card sucks. But the thing is, what would you fill the rest of the deck with? Right, if you're not going to use these starter deck cards, what existing black cards would be good replacements? I don't know. We'll have to think about that more later. Up next we have Tony Chopper. Oh, I can't show this art at all. It's a major spoiler. The people in the background and then the identity of this character. Secret identity, you guys aren't supposed to know who it is. But it's just vanilla, so we can just go over it really quickly. So 4 cost 6k vanilla. And the next card is Nami. Let me check the art. Okay, everything looks okay. She's just studying, right? People study. Normal people study. Everyone studies. I guess I'll just censor something for fun. Alright, so 3 cost, 2k power, 1k counter, and it's a blocker. On play, if you have a character with a cost of 8 or more and you have 6 or less cards in hand, draw 1 card. Okay, so a blocker that draws you a card conditionally. And then I'm assuming it's really easy to make something 8 cost, since that's kind of like what the leader ability and the Usopp is based around, and now this Nami. So yeah, blocker plus draw. I like it. Up next we have Nico Robin. Oh, no, I can't show that. So what she's wearing is a spoiler for what happens. That's all I can say about that. So we'll censor that, and then Robin is a 6 cost 7k power. And then on play and when attacking, if you have 8 cost or above character on field, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 5 cost during this turn. Okay, so it's like 4 cost Kuzan, but also on play. I mean, that wouldn't be bad if it wasn't 6 cost. 6 cost for minus 5 cost on an opponent's character means that you need like at least 2 to 3 Dawn on top of that to utilize the minus cost to like KO something. I guess this with the Usopp makes sense. You can combo with Usopp, right? Because he can KO when attacking, so you don't need to spend any additional Dawn. Except the 1 Dawn you need to attach to Usopp when he attacks. And then Usopp's a 3 cost, so it's not like you're going to play him the turn right before, right? It's like 2 turns later to play this Robin. And since Robin's 6 cost, you can't combo it with the Sanji either because he's 5 cost. I don't know, maybe you won't get much value out of the on play, but the when attacking, you'll get to utilize that minus cost if you can keep an 8 cost on board. Which yeah, this Robin plus your leader ability only gets to 7, so it's not even 8 from that. So you do need like a extra little push to get to 8. Next card is Haredas. Who the hell is this guy? Oh right, yeah, he's the guy who I can't say. Just censor the card. And what does he do? 1 cost, 0k power. He's a 2k counter. Activate main, you may rest this card. Give it to one of your black characters with the type Straw Hat, plus 2 costs until the end of your opponent's next turn. After this, if you control an 8 cost or higher character, draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand. Okay, so it's 1 Dawn to get that plus 2 cost. That makes it really easy to hit some of the thresholds to get to 8. And then if you don't need them for that, it's 2k counter in hand. And yeah, if you do happen to make something an 8 cost with this card, you get to cycle 1 too. So that is good utility for this kind of deck. If this kind of leader is even viable, this card is definitely sorely needed. Up next we have Frankie, whose art I think is okay, right? He's just studying too. Studying seems to be like the safest thing you can do in this series to not be a spoiler. Yeah, so I can show this art. Frankie is a 5 cost 6k power character. Dawn times 1 on your opponent's turn if you have a 6 cost or above character on your field. This character cannot be killed by your opponent's effects and then gain plus 2k power. Ooh. So he himself, with your leader ability active, becomes a 6 cost, so that's good. Then he can't be KO'd by effects, which is good too, right? He can't be answered until he can be attacked into. And then he gains plus 2k power, so 5 Dawn for 8k power. It's probably one of the better cards in the deck, right? It's sticky, it's very efficiently statted. He does require a Dawn though. Oh wait, opponent's turn. So he only gets a plus 2k on your opponent's turn. So you're swinging for 6 or 7 with the Dawn attached. But on your opponent's turn, he's an 8k body. So whether it be by cost, via your leader ability and your other plus cost effects, or by power. Attacking into Frankie, he's going to be hard to remove. So I guess, yeah, in that regard, he's still good. Just a sticky 5 cost. Up next, we have Brooke, who is playing a guitar, which is okay, right? He's the crew's musician, so it's not uncharacteristic for him to play guitar. Even though up to this point, I think we've only seen him play piano and violin, I think. Oh, but the background, I can't show that. Okay, censor that. And this Brooke is just a vanilla 5 cost 7k power, so we can just skip right on through. And then up next we have Heracles, who is... I can't show this at all, because he's with up and up. Okay, whatever. 1 cost 2k power, 2k counter, activate main, you may rest this card. Give it to one of your black characters with the type Straw Hat powers plus 2 cost until the end of your opponent's next turn. Okay, so another way to give plus 2 cost for 1 Dawn. That is really sweet. Yeah, if they're going to give you 8 effects like this for 1 Dawn, this makes it a lot easier to hit that 8 cost threshold, actually. So glad to see that this deck isn't as clunky as I originally thought. Up next we have Monkey D. Luffy, which... Oh, nope, I have to censor that guy on the side. You're not supposed to know who is training him. Okay, 8 cost 10k power, ooh. And then if you have a cost 10 or greater character on your field, this character gains Rush. Oh, 8 cost 10k Rusher? Let's see, what do you do with the extra 2 Dawn? I guess it's 1 Dawn for one of the 2k counters that gives him plus 2 costs, which will give him Rush. So technically 9 cost Rush, right? You need another card to give him plus 2 costs. But that's 2 cards in hand too, so maybe that's not too good. I don't know, I wish he had like another on-play effect too, on top of this. But he's just a common, that's why. But yeah, I can't complain, I guess it gives you a rush option and a top end. Up next we have Roronoa Zoro, who's just a vanilla, and the art. I mean, are those monkeys a spoiler? Probably not, right? There are like weird animals in the One Piece world. Okay, I'm not gonna consider that a spoiler. If it is, let me know and then I'll delete the video and re-upload with it censored, I guess. Just a vanilla 6 cost, great. And I like the art too. Wait, are the swords a spoiler? No, you know he has these, right? Okay, this one is one I'm like the most unsure on, but let me know in the comments. Up next we have events, so that's all the characters. So 1 cost event, Gum Gum Giant Rifle. Counter, if you control the 8 cost or greater character, give it to one of your leaders or characters plus 3k power for this battle. Then trigger, add up to 1 2 cost or lower character from your trash to your hand. Okay, so the trigger brings back like the 2k counters that can give plus 2 costs, so that, I guess, some good utility in recycling. And then yeah, 1 Dawn for 3k counter is great, but very conditional, like super conditional, more conditional than Guard Point, more conditional than the green one, I forgot the name. There's a yellow one too, I forgot the name, Narikabura Arrow. Those requirements are a lot easier, right? The green one requires rested cards, and then the yellow one requires like being low on life. This one requires having an 8 cost on board, which I guess shouldn't be too hard, because 8 costs are hard to remove. So yeah, maybe a lot more reliable than I initially thought. So 1 Dawn for 3k counter, great. And the art, no spoilers. He's probably done similar attacks to this before, but just never named it. Make his hand big, right? Okay, next up we have Gum Gum Diable 3 sword style Mouton Jet 600 pound cannon. I think I should censor this, right? You shouldn't know who the 3 people are who make up this combination attack. So 2 Dawn event, main, give your leader or up to one of your characters plus 3k power during this turn. Then if you have a cost 8 or greater character in play, K up to one of your opponent's cost 2 or less characters. So this combos with the Robin card pretty well. And I didn't expect the 2 Dawn plus 3k event for black to be in a starter deck, right? Because the yellow, red, and green, and even the blue one are in the OP sets, so the black one is here. Unless there's another black one I'm not remembering. So yeah, 2 Dawn for 3k is great, right? You're getting 1 extra 1000 power than you normally would get for 2 Dawn. And yeah, if you have an 8 cost or greater, you can KO a 2 cost with that Robin when she attacks, or even on play, you can KO a 7 cost that way for 8 Dawn. So this is definitely a combo card with the Robin. But the thing is that Robin also needs another card on top of this to make her an 8 cost to get access to that minus 5k effect. So what is that? 6 Dawn for Robin, 1 Dawn for the 2k counter that gives plus 2 costs, and then 2 Dawn for this event that KOs something. So that's 9 Dawn. But it's a viable thing to do, I guess. And it has a trigger too. If you have a 8 cost or greater character in play, I keep reading on play, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or lower characters. Okay, that's not bad. And it's very conditional, but I gotta think in terms of this deck, how easy it is to get an 8 cost to stick on board. Yeah. I'm just gonna assume you always have it, so KOing a 5 cost, strong effect. And then I have my crew, 1 Dawn event, and I think this art is okay. This is all pre... Oh, wait. That's spoilers that there's gonna be a main, draw 1 card. After this, give up to one of your characters plus 3 cost until the end of your opponent's next turn. Okay, this is even better than the 2k counters in terms of plus cost. Because yeah, 1 Dawn for plus 3 cost. It's probably worse in the fact that it's not flexible at all because it can't be used as a 2k counter when you don't need it for plus cost. But yeah, 3 means that your 5 costs become 8. So that Sanji can become 8 with just this. But you want to use Dawn for your leader too, right? So leader ability plus I have my crew is plus 4 costs. Were there any 4 drops that needed this requirement? I guess it's mainly for the rush Luffy to make something a 10 cost. Because yeah, everything else that needs plus cost, you'd want a combination of the 2k counter plus your leader ability instead of this. Because this plus your leader ability is like, I think, too much extra plus cost. So yeah, it's probably used to make your 8 cost Luffy into a rush attacker. And then trigger, KO up to one of your opponent's 3 cost or lower characters. Okay, that one's unconditional, so it's good generic effect. And then the last card is a stage card actually. 1 cost, 1000 Sunny. The text of the card shows what the next arc is, and then the art shows how they get there, so I don't think I can show this. Definitely spoilers. But yeah, this stage card, your black characters with the Straw Hat crew type have plus 1 cost. And then on play, if your leader has a Straw Hat crew type, draw 1 card. Okay, so this changes everything. I wish I saw this card first. So it's plus 1 cost always with this stage, and then with your leader ability, that's plus 2 costs. That makes a lot of the thresholds really easy to meet. And it changes how I kind of assumed that you get to 8 costs, right? Maybe you don't even need to drop the 2k counter to give plus 2 costs if you have it available via stage plus your leader ability. And yeah, it replaces itself on play. You draw a card. If you have too many copies of this in your hand, it's not too bad of a penalty to spend 1 Dawn to cycle it out in the late game at least. So yeah, I like this stage card for the theme of this deck at least, but yeah, in any other deck this is trash. So what's my verdict on this starter deck? Well, it's interesting for sure. I think the Sanji is really the only standout strong playable card. I guess the Robin can be used to activate other black cards, like black cards that aren't in the starter deck. There's a bunch of good black removal spells that could really use that -5 cost that Robin provides. And then the Nami seems pretty good too, right? It's a blocker that draws you a card. Oh yeah, and that makes sense because Sanji and Nami are the 2 SRs of the deck. So honestly, yeah, it's gonna be 4 Sanji, 4 Nami, and then the 2k counters, you're gonna run those, and then you're gonna replace the vanillas and the Jinbes and Usopps with other better black cards. So all in all, how would I rate this deck? I think it's kind of like the average, a little bit above average kind of placement. I don't think it'll be top meta, right? It's not gonna match Lucci or Red Purple Law or Bonnie or Enel even, but in terms of the decks right under that, this could contend with those decks, I think, right? Because you still get the power of the OP-ness of black cards. In fact, you could probably run Gecko Moria in this kind of deck too. 8 cost Gecko Moria, that is. Yeah, and just have characters that are hard for your enemy Lucci to KO back because you give them plus cost and stuff. So that's my rating. I guess if I had to give it a letter, a B. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the starter deck. I'm probably still going to pick up 2 copies of it in case some future support gets printed that makes the deck busted. Right, that's what happened with Red Purple Law, so you never know when that stuff could happen. So yeah, picking up 2 copies just to have full playsets of the SRs. And then let me know what you guys think of my spoiler-free review of the deck. If you want me to do it this way going forward, I could do it, I guess. If you like this video, thumbs up, leave a comment, give me feedback, and subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.
Car D Kaizoku.